Hello everyone, I am Anjali Shukla. Welcome to our channel PeachyCloudSecurity. This is OWASP EKS Masterclass and today we will discuss AWS EKS terminologies. Let's get started. You can find the documentation at ekscode.peachycloudsecurity.com. This is 5.1.2 important AWS EKS terminology. Often I have seen people get confused between the terms like what is node, pod, cluster. I'll be discussing those terminologies in detail, like what is cluster, how it is different from node and pod, what is the difference between RBAC, IAM, etc. First thing first, cluster is a main environment in AWS EKS where all your resources, pods, services, roles, everything is deployed. Cluster contains all the resources needed to run your Kubernetes workload. I've also added some edge cases in detail. You can go through it later. Next is node. So node is the one where your workloads are running. It can be your EC2, Fargate. So possible attack scenario, roles are misconfigured and attached to your node. It means attacker can leverage it. Next, we have a pod. Pod is the smallest unit where your application is running. Pod can have one or more containers. However, it is recommended to run a single container within a pod. Next, we have a control plane. So control plane is the one where all your important components like API server, etc., scheduler, everything is running and it is managed by AWS. As it is an EKS, so it is managed by AWS. Next, kubelet. So kubelet is an agent that runs on each and every worker node. So if we have 5 EC2 as your worker node, it means on all 5 nodes, kubelet will be running, which is responsible for all the communication from the worker side. API server is responsible for all the communication from the control plane. As we have AWS EKS, so it will be a part of control plane that is managed by cloud provider. Publicly exposed API server can be used by attacker. So make sure you are configuring your API server correctly, especially on-prem environment as you're managing your own Kubernetes cluster. Next is IAM, Identity and Access Management, which is used to give permissions to pod that further wants to access the other AWS services. It means IAM is used to manage who can access your cluster and other AWS services. Incorrect IAM policies will lead to privilege escalation, so make sure you're following the principle of least privileges. Next is RBAC, role-based access control, feature of Kubernetes, where you can decide who can list, view, get your pod services within a namespace or on an entire cluster. In case you are running your workloads on a serverless in AWS, it means you're not using EC2 at all. You don't want to manage your instance. That's where Fargate will come into the picture. In case you are aware about the metadata endpoint, IMDS V1 and V2 misconfiguration that AWS EC2 was having, the 169.254.169.254, I think you should explore the metadata endpoint for Fargate as well. That is different from the EC2 one and it is 169.254.170.2. This was it in this video. Thanks for watching and do subscribe our channel.